G'day guys. In today's video, I'm bringing you episode 2 of my solo Axe Guide series. This one will be featuring Hellion and using the Recruity Boi setup from the first episode. I'll be going in with a weapon at least one tier lower than the current tiered behemoth and with a full set of non-celled, non-upgraded recruit gear. As a side note, I won't be using the Recruity Boi formula for all videos, as going into the Maelstrom I won't be able to take a single hit. Also, I'll be showing my recommended gear and cells that you could use for this fight at the end of the video. Let's get into it. Hellion can be a bit of a roadblock for some newer players. With the right knowledge and patience, you can easily overcome him. My first piece of advice is to stay near his legs as much as you can. Majority of this fight, you'll be trying to squeeze in quick one-charge left clicks followed by a jab if you can, then you'll be rolling to his other leg to bait out his stomp attacks. This will be your primary method of attack until you get other opportunities. Another good move to look out for is when he does his body slam attack. This will give you an opportunity to build up a 2 to 3 charge attack before you need to dodge again. You'll want to try and avoid hitting his tail as much as you can, as if you hit them when he's not in Aether mode, it'll prevent him from fully firing up and stop him from going into Aether mode. It's very important that you do let him get into Aether mode, as he'll give you a fire buff that makes you immune to fire and giving you an attack speed buff. Throughout this fight, you'll want to try and land your specials either on his head or his tail. Generally, if you land on his head, it'll cause a much quicker stagger, but if you have a good chance to hit his tail, it's worth doing because it can be one of his harder parts to get. This fight will heavily consist of working your attack windows to your full advantage and executing well-timed dodges. So here, we can see that Hellion is entering in his Aether mode and I've almost got a stagger built up. This is a perfect opportunity, as getting him staggered while he's in his Aether mode allows you to get some easy fire buffs and allowing you to get a bunch of DPS time. You'll want to grab as many fire buffs as you can, because they do stack and lengthen the duration. You'll want to have this buff up for as long as you can throughout the whole fight. After he lands from his burrow attack, I usually try and get set up so that I can at least get a 1 to 2 charge on his tail before he starts moving. Here you see I break his leg, and I go straight for the tail. If you can get him knocked down, your primary target will be going for that tail as it spits out a bunch of fire buffs, and it's a perfect time to get that tail off. It is worth noting, when his tail is cut off, it's easier for him to go into Aether mode as he requires less scales overall to be all lit up in sync. And this pretty much covers most of my tips for Hellion. I'll be playing out the rest of the clip so that you guys can get a good idea of how the fight will play out, and I'll list the key points of the fight that you should focus on. And that concludes our Hellion run. We finished on a 5 minute and 18 second kill, and we left with an S+ rank. We almost broke every single part except for his chicken arms. I hope this guide was helpful to you slayers out there, trying to become better solo axe players. Like I've said in previous videos, with these runs I'll be prioritising getting as many parts as possible as well as speed, because realistically for you guys that are clearing this, you'll be trying to get the gear, not just go for rush kill. Here is a pretty decent build that I would recommend to make this fight a bit easier. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one where we'll be taking a look at Karabakh.